All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are coming live from our Joburg office. Good morning and welcome back to the opening bell with myself, Tshepo and Ashley. And this is brought to you by TD Markets and TD Markets Academy every Mondays to Fridays at 9, streaming live on YouTube. It's a Friday, end of the week market commentary. And so we're going to talk about the NFP, right? Just going to have a look at what happened with the NFP and just see what the markets have done. All right. So the June report was weaker than expected, and overall it is dovish for the markets. All right. So the consensus was that the consensus was 110,000 new jobs, but NFP came out at 57,000 new jobs, and that was a big miss. And then you've got the unemployment rate, which the markets were expecting for 4.3% and came out at 4.2%, which was better than expected. The wage growth remained the same at 0.3%. The headline miss is significant, but the lower unemployment rate is misleading because it was really helped by few people participating in the labor force rather than strong hiring. So this effectively means the report is weaker than the unemployment rate alone suggests. All right. So then what happened is gold reacted bullish, or rather commodities reacted bullish while the dollar suffered. All right. So looking at gold right now, this is what's happening with gold. So the NFP move was somewhat around here. All right. And it went all the way to the upside as analyzed during the stream we had. So right now, what's happening right now on Friday is the market has now gone inside, or it has touched the 50. It is trading inside the 50 and the 61.8. All right, of the Fibonacci drawn towards the downside. So we could expect some profit taking to happen around the zone, right? Even though the current price action is extremely bullish, but just around this zone, a bit of profit taking might happen. But that does not mean price will drop. It doesn't mean price will drop. I mean, if you had buying positions from this low and the market went to the zone, this is where you'd want to manage your position, close a few positions, chop a few trades. That is what you'd want to do. But that doesn't mean that the market is going to drop. All right. So you need to be aware of that. So this is where the market is trading at right now. We will observe how the daily candle will perform. If the daily candle rejects the zone, then we could have some downside tomorrow. Right. But if the daily candle remains very bullish and strong around this area, then I don't think we're going to get some downside next week. All right. So yeah, so this is what's happening with gold at the moment. You also look at silver. Silver also is trading inside the 50 as well as the 61.8. All right. After obviously that aggressive push, even before the NFP, right? Even before the NFP, the previous forecast was that we're going to go up to the 50 Fibonacci, the previous forecast, and the market did go there. NFP, pushed price even higher than that. So the commodities are still bullish at the moment. So around the zone, a bit of profit taking might happen, but that doesn't mean that price is going to drop immediately, right? So it can still continue pushing up. So this is where we are at the moment with gold and silver. All right. So looking ahead next week, obviously, we would love to see gold retracing before it continues up. Right. That is what we would love to see. Get a bit of a retracement before it continues pushing towards the upside. The same with silver as well. We would love to see silver retracing before it pushes towards the upside. Right. And that's basically it. All right. Just a quick one on a Friday, just to summarize and round up the NFP, its movements. And yeah, I think let's look forward to this price action. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's it for today. All right. That's it for today. It's a Friday, nice and simple. nice and simple. Let's look forward to next week. All right. And next week we've got what's this? We've got the Fed meeting minutes that is coming out. All right. So let's look forward to next week, and yeah, let's see what's going to happen. All right. From my side, that's it for this morning. GBP AUD has not changed. GBP AUD has not changed. It's still bullish. Let's see. Yeah, it's still bullish. It hasn't changed. All right. Let's see. So it is now trading at the top of the structure. It is now trading at the top of the structure now. So it might drop from there. Right? It might drop from there. Right? So there's a resistance. There's a resistance right there. If you're holding, there's a resistance. Just be aware of this resistance. It might drop from there. Okay. And then Bitcoin, it seems like Bitcoin is let's see. Yeah, so minimum Bitcoin is going back to this area. A minimum is going back to that area, right? There is a resistance around this area. So from that area, it might break, it might reject. There's a resistance on that area. Also, there's a resistance here as well, right? So minimum, I would say it's gonna go back to that zone, and then from that zone, it might break or it might just reject and go down. That is how it's looking. That is how Bitcoin is looking right now. All right. Cool. Ladies and gentlemen, have a good one. Let's meet again next week. And yeah, enjoy the rest of your day and weekend. Cheers.